Hello, good morning and good afternoon, dear colleagues. My name is Ekaterina. Currently, I am located in Spain, but I was born in Russia, and today I am so happy and excited to present you the culture of my country. So Russia actually is the biggest country in the world. It's located in the Eastern Europe and Northern Asia, stretching 11 time zones and bordering 16 sovereign nations. Just imagine that the territory of this country is spanning more than 1/8 of the Earth's inhabited land area. That's so big. Our economy is the 11th largest economy in the world by the nominal GDP. The political system we have is called the dual executive system or semi-presidential system, with the structure of federation. What does that mean? It means that we have 85 federal subjects with their own local authorities and regional government. However, each federal subject is empowered by the national government, national law, and the constitution of Russian Federation. So, we have 46 districts, which we call oblast. Why that? It means that this oblast is an administrative and industrial center with the one major city, kinda capital. However, it includes other smaller cities, towns, and tiny villages. Let's move on to autonomous republics. We have 22. It means that Russian government recognizes the ethnical community that lives there, their customs, traditions, and their law. Also, we have 9 frontiers. We call them krai. It's a frontier because actually all of them are located close to the frontier of the neighborhood country. As well, we have 4 autonomous regions, 3 federal cities, and 1 Jewish autonomous community. Russia has a reputation of great power and a potential superpower, especially after the Second World War. It's a nuclear weapon state with the world's second powerful military. It may impress you, right? However, our history is so rich for events which also can impress you. Our history indeed forms our mentality, our traditions, and the way we are. Russians made a long way from paganism to Christianity, from wild tribes to the emperors. The first reference about Slavic tribes who were settling Slavic land appeared in the 7th century. They were different tribes, and of course they didn't know about the existence of each other. The way of living was quite trivial. They were hunting, they were fishing, they didn't have any law, they didn't have statehood. And of course, the conflict appeared when they discovered the existence of other tribes. And then, in the 9th century, the princes from Rurik dynasty decided to unify East Slavic tribes. Another important date in our history is Christianization of Russia by Knyaz Vladimir. The idea of that lied deeply in paganism, because early Russians were wild, as I said, they were hunters, they were warriors, they were very cruel because they were practicing paganism. They were having different gods, for example, the god of war, or the god of sun, or the god of ground. And of course, when other states appeared and they wanted to trade and to deal with old Russia, they wanted them to be civilized. So that is why that was very important, this time in our history. Talking about Tsardom of Russia, We have to say that the first law, the first books, and the first relationship with other countries appeared. You may know this period by Ivan the First, the one who killed his son. Moving on to the Russian Empire, to the beautiful century, to the beautiful era. You may know this period by Peter the Great or Ekaterina the Great. It's very important because we were expanding our borders. We were holding many wars, especially with Turkish Empire, because we needed land, we needed sea, we needed to build our cities and our military bases. And our emperors were able to do that. Apart from that, Ekaterina the Great were all the time in touch with the scientists and philosophers of France. She was one of the first who started to build educational system and educational reforms in Russia. She created many schools. The period of Soviet Union, of USSR, might be familiar for you with the names of Lenin, Stalin, Gorbachev, or Yuri Gagarin. I have to admit that this period was quite dark for our country because the royal family was killed. We faced lots of revolutions, lots of wars. We had lots of losses, especially for our economy. We had communism, we had default, people were poor, and the intelligent people, the intelligence, who ran away from the country because they needed to cover themselves from Lenin. And then in 1991, the Soviet Union was collapsed and we started the era of Russian Federation, the era of the country we have now, the era of the country we live in just right now, the era of the huge and big country. That was a brief historical chronicle. Of course, there are many more important events, and all of these events affected a lot the formation of the language we speak in Russia. Nowadays, Russian is an official language in Russia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan. It appeared due to East Slavic tribes. Philologists argue that the first documents in Russian appeared in 8th century. They know that because of the memorials about battles, heroes, and their achievements. To do such memorials was the responsibility of monks. Also, I have to mention that Russian language is a unique one because we use different type of alphabet. It's the Cyrillic one. It's a writing system that was created by Saint Brothers Kirill and Methody. They were the ones who tried to transcribe the documents in Old Church Slavonic. Old Church Slavonic is an early Cyrillic alphabet. This system was developed in the First Bulgarian Empire during the late 9th century. It was used by Slavic people in Southeast, Central and Eastern Europe. The modern Cyrillic script is still common for some Slavic languages such as Bulgarian, Macedonian, Serbian, Russian and Ukrainian. Russian alphabet is not the only one unique thing about Russian culture. There are many others one, for example, wooden churches and wooden houses, or poets and novelists of Silver and Golden Age. However, worldwide, so many stereotypes, very funny stereotypes exist about Russia. And I want to introduce you one person, my friend, my colleague, who also lives here in Spain. She will help me to explain these stereotypes to you. Hello, Alina.
Hi, Katja.
Okay, can you explain us how is that being Russian but living abroad?
Yeah, of course. So now as I'm living in Spain, sometimes I meet some um, stereotypes, yes, about Russia. And for example, one of them is that in Russia it's very cold, it's always winter, and we have bears on the street. And I would like to say that it's not true. We don't have bears on the street, maybe only in the zoo or in the circles. And it's not true that we always have winter. Yes, probably we have 5 months of cold weather, but it's not like so cold like people think. Probably it's around 10, 15 degrees, but also depends on the part of Russia. As we know, Russia is large and we have 4 climate zones in our country. So the temperature could be from 40 degrees above zero to 40 degrees under zero. So it depends where you live. But also, for example, the summer could be also hot. In Moscow, in the Central Park where I'm living, the summer it's 30 degrees. And another part in Siberia it could be 40 degrees. So we Russian people have different types of the weather.
Yeah, thank you. That's true. Sometimes they ask us, what? Are you cold? Why that? You're from Russia. You're supposed not to be cold, but it's not true. Sometimes we feel it.
Yes, we're just missing our central heating and that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
So also we have another stereotype, it's about vodka. Like Russian people always drink vodka. And it also it's not true. Yes, vodka is like our symbol of heritage and traditions, but nowadays people prefer to drink non-alcoholic drinks like wine, maybe craft beer, champagne. Vodka is about maybe, I think it's more about the time of Soviet Union. But I'm sure that now our family, we have 1 bottle of vodka every family just for case, just to have it.
It's kind of a cultural symbolic.
Yeah, but we don't drink vodka as much as think another people.
We are not alcoholics.
Yes, that's true.
We're intelligent also people.
And the first stereotype is like it's Russian people, they are rude. We don't like to smile, we don't like to talk, but it's also not true. I think the Russian people, we are nice, we are open, we like to talk, we're smiling, laughing, but we just need to know the person more closely. But for example, if you go abroad, it's only because we don't know language, because mostly people in Russia we don't speak even English. So we lose root because we don't want to speak with other people, because we don't understand it. It's better for us, don't answer, don't do anything, just go straight, and maybe people start, stop talking with us. But it's not true that we are rude. We really like people, we are very friendship, and we always smiling. In Russia, yes, we're smiling, and that's it.
Yeah, so here we have a direct experience from a native person. But also I know that you're from Sergiev Posad.
Yes.
That's a very nice and beautiful town in Russia. And this town is famous by its churches. Can you explain this to us?
Yeah, sure. The Sergiev Posad where I'm from, it's a historical center of all Russia. I'm living in the Sergiev Posad. It's a city close to Moscow, and it's world famous center of Russian church. The Sergiev Posad is a peer of Russian church architecture, and we have a Saint Trinity Monastery, which was founded in the first part of 14th century. In the past, in Russia, all churches were made of wood, and actually nowadays, somewhere in a small village far from the big cities, you really can find them. We're small, wooden, and very, very old. But nowadays, all churches are made of bricks. We have different colors. For example, they could be totally white or red, or have multiple choices. For example, you can find such kind of monastery in the Red Square in the capital of Moscow. In my city, it's a monastery of 3 big churches in the white colors, and the main element of Russian monastery architecture, it's an onion dome.
It could be gold color, it could be white color or red colors.
As we know, Russia is a multinational country and we have different religions. And for example, Kazan, the city Tatarstan, is the capital of Muslim religion and we're in a lot of churches. They call them mosques. And also we have another churches, for example, the biggest Catholic church situated in Moscow, in the center of Moscow.
Thank you, Alina, for this explanation. I would like to say that Russia is a multicultural country. We have a freedom of religion. And I have my friend to help me to explain this to you. Hello, Carmela.
Hello, Katya. Hello, everyone.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Carmela Markosyan. I'm Armenian, but I was born in Russia.
Okay, but your family lives in Russia, right?
Yes, my family lives in Russia now, but I was born in Russia, in Armenia.
Okay, and can your family practice your religion?
Yes, of course. My family in Armenia belongs to Armenian ethnic group, and they have Armenian Catholic Church. Yes, and of course, I want to say that in Russia there are a lot of different ethnic groups and a lot of different religions, like Buddhism, Muslims, Catholic, Orthodox.
Can you say maybe more about national minorities?
Yes, we have more than 176 national minorities in Russia who live in the territory of our country. And they have their own language and also they have their own customs and form of living. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Besides, I would like to tell you a little bit about Russian literature. Of course, in the context of this video, I cannot explain you a lot, but let me just name you the most famous and the most popular novelist in Russia. For example, Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin, Evgeny Onegin, or Tolstoy, as you all know that, Peace and War, or Anna Karenina, Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment. Yes, for you maybe it's a little bit complicated that I am pronouncing name, the surname, and the father name of the author. But in Russia, it's must have, because in this way we are showing respect and honor to these people, to these persons who created a great heritage, a great literature heritage of Russia. More than that, I would like to show you the most famous pictures produced by famous Russian artists. For example, Morning in the Pine Forest, or the portrait of an unknown woman, Боярыня Морозова, Mesalliance, Unequal Match, Girl with Peaches. Everything that I was explaining for you, that's very simple. That's just basic things we have to know about our history, about our culture, or general about the situation in our country. That's our education. Yeah, there are so many things to know. A lot things we must know about Russia. By the way, educational system. You know, before the 20th century, we had 10 years educational system. After the USSR collapsed, the new model appeared. Now we have 11 years of education at school. Yeah, of course, we have a preschool educational stage. We are talking about kindergarten. Then, primary general education, 4 years. Basic general education, 5 years. And secondary general education, 2 years. What we call high school is 4 years of bachelor and 2 additional years of master program if you want it, or if you're required to do that by the law of your job position. And the final part of this video is going to be about the most interesting features, cultural features and traditions of Russia. First of all, let's see the traditional Russian dance Kalinka-Malinka. On the contrary of this sometimes funny dance, we have another type of art which is called ballet. Of course, everybody in the world knows Russia is the country with such a cool tradition to dance ballet. Look at this yourself. Remember my friend Alina was explaining to you about the stereotype that Russian people are a little bit cruel, not talkative. No, it's not true. I will illustrate you the opposite. For example, we have a very nice tradition, a very nice celebration which is called Maslenitsa. This holiday actually is an issue of paganism. Yes, we are practicing Christianity, Orthodox Christianity, but we have still these old customs. In the end of the winter, for us, this is very important to celebrate sun, to celebrate that spring is coming. And of course, we are organizing different events for kids and for adults. Very important issue for Maslenitsa is a pancake week. Yes, 1 week. 1 week we are eating pancakes. pancakes has a round form. Why? Because we are celebrating sun. That is why we are cooking pancakes. And we eat it with butter, we eat it with caviar, or with the jam. Basically, the best pancakes we eat are cooking our grannies. That's one of the important features of Maslenitsa. And the last point I would like to tell you about Maslenitsa is a Sunday of forgiveness. In the end, the whole family is supposed to be reunited in this day, in Sunday of forgiveness, because they have to say nice things or to ask for forgiveness for the whole year, for the all bad things they did in relation to their relatives. They are going to solve their problems during the Sunday of forgiveness, eating pancakes. The symbol of Maslenitsa is a big wooden doll which we have to burn in the end of the celebration. This ritual means the beginning of spring. Another significant date for Russians is 31st of December. It's a New Year celebration. It's a crucial holiday for us because it means that the whole family will be reunited again. As I say, Russia is a very big country and sometimes your relatives, the members of your family, are living so far away from you. You may live in Moscow and your family in Vladivostok. And you know, it's the whole time zone away. So for the New Year celebration, we can be together. We are organizing a big table with the delicious food, with the traditional plates. We're watching TV and we're watching our president who is trying to wish us all the best for the new year. You may ask me that Catholic people don't celebrate New Year or they celebrate Christmas another time. Yeah, true. We have a different calendar for that. We also celebrate Christmas, but Orthodox Christmas is between 6th and 7th of January. To be precise, it's the 9th, from 6th to 7th of January. It's more religious celebration. That is why modern families, they don't like it a lot. However, for us, it's very important for the ones who believe in God or for the ones who are really belong to the church. But still, is one of the most important traditions for Russians.
В лесу родилась елочка, в лесу она росла. Зимой и летом стройная, зеленая была. Зимой и летом стройная, зеленая была. Метель ей пела песенку: спи, елочка, бай-бай. Мороз снежком укутывал, смотри, не замерзай. Смотри, не замерзай.
This song was about a little tree that was born in the forest in winter and it was growing to be able to make happiness for the small kids during the celebration of the New Year. Yes, this holiday is very important for small kids because they believe that Ded Moroz и Снегурочка, they exist. And they come each year for the New Year to bring them gifts, chocolate, candies, or maybe sometimes toys. Yeah, it's like Santa Claus in United States, but in Russian it's going to be grandpa, Frizzy grandpa, and his granddaughter. That's it. Thank you for watching this video and we hope you enjoyed it
And if you need any information, you can contact us anytime.
Пока-пока!